Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. Welcome to our online physics class. In today's class, we will move on further with the chapter 13, sound. We have learned in earlier classes about how sound is produced, how does it travel in the form of waves, and in today's class, we will learn about what are the various types of vibrations. Okay, so let us start different types of vibrations. Now, first category, children, is the audible range of vibration. Audible means which our human ear can perceive. The vibrations which are audible to us, which we can listen to. Now, in this case, we also call them sonic or audible vibrations. Right? These are sonic or audible vibrations. The range of these vibrations is from 20 to 20,000 Hertz. As you all know that the unit of measuring the frequency vibration is Hertz. So, the audible or sonic vibration, the range of it is 20 to 20,000 Hertz. If the sound vibrations are in the range in between these, that is either it is 21 or up to 10,000, 1,000, all of them we are able to hear. Okay, we can hear all of them. But if it is below 20 or above 20,000, then what happens? We are unable to hear them. For example, if it is below 20 Hertz, right? The sound vibrations which are below 20 Hertz, we call them infrasonic. They are called infrasonic vibrations. Okay, infrasonic vibration range is below 20 Hertz. They are very light vibrations which the human ear cannot perceive. Okay, and just like that, above 20,000 Hertz is also inaudible to us. They are called ultrasonic. What do we call them? Ultrasonic vibrations. Okay, and ultrasonic vibration, the range of these vibrations are all above 80,000 Hertz. They are all above 20,000 Hertz. Okay, so ultrasonic, the range of ultrasonic vibrations are all above 20,000 Hertz. Also the human ear cannot perceive. If it is below 20 Hertz, also the human ear cannot perceive. Okay, so what about infrasonic vibrations? These vibrations are below 20 Hertz. Human ear cannot perceive them. Okay, but some other animals like even elephants. Elephants can hear, children, the sound, the vibrations which are much below 20 Hertz. Now remember, these are the sound vibrations. Okay, these are the vibrations which the animals like elephants can hear, but humans cannot. Okay, infrasonics cannot be heard by us. Only the range between 20 to 20,000 Hertz is audible to us. We can only hear the range of vibrations which are in between. Above than this or below than this we cannot. Okay, above 20,000 Hertz it is called ultrasonic. Below 20 Hertz it is called infrasonic. Now, what are ultrasonic vibrations? Ultrasonic vibrations, remember, they are very rapid. If you just imagine, this is the frequency. So these many vibrations per second might be much above it also. So such a high frequency of vibrations we are unable to hear. These ultrasonic vibrations are so high that the human ear cannot perceive them. But again, some animals can do, like bats, like dolphins, like dogs. All of these animals are able to hear the sound vibrations which are much higher in frequency. They are all above 20,000 Hertz. Now you must have heard about echolocation. What is echolocation, children? Echolocation is a process through which these bats and dolphins, they catch their prey. How? For example, the bat is young, okay, and it takes out some sound vibrations. These vibrations reaches an object. Okay. Now after this, these vibrations hit the object, they come back from it. This is called an echo. Like you go to an empty room and you shout. What happens? The sound vibrations come back to you. They strike an object and they come back to you. This is called an echo. The same thing happens here. The bats, when they take out the sound vibrations, they go and hit an object. On hitting the object, they are reflected back like the light rays. The sound waves also get reflected back. So when they are reflected back, these reflected light rays again come back to the bat. Because of this, the bat is able to understand what is the distance between itself and its prey. And it can easily go and catch the prey, even though it cannot see. You know that bats cannot see. Still they can catch their prey easily. It is because of this echolocation. The same thing the dolphin does. The dolphin is inside the water. It takes out a high frequency vibrations, ultrasonic vibration. The vibration go and hits the object. It is reflected back. The dolphin catches it, and then it is also able to govern how far the object is. And this is how they catch their prey using ultrasonic vibrations. The same goes with the dogs. The dogs are trained using a whistle called Galton's whistle. A Galton's whistle is used by the policemen to train their dogs. Right? The sound of it again people cannot hear, but the dogs can hear it, and so they are trained using a whistle called Galton's whistle. Understood everybody? I hope you understood about the ultrasonic and infrasonic vibrations. Next topic is the uses of ultrasonic vibrations. Okay, where do we use ultrasonic vibrations? I hope you have understood today's topic, what we have discussed. I told you about the audible range of vibration, that is called sonic vibration, in between 20 to 20,000 Hertz. This is the sonic or audible range of vibration, and these two are inaudible because we cannot hear them. Below 20 Hertz or above 20,000 Hertz is called inaudible range of vibration. Next we will start about the uses of ultrasonic vibrations.
Okay children, so today we have learnt about echolocation. Echolocation is the process by which many animals catch their prey. Okay, they take out the sound waves. These sound waves hit the object in front of them, and when these objects reflect back the sound waves, it is called an echo. Right, reflection of the sound waves is called an echo. Now these reflected sound waves are again, they go back to the bat or the animal, and then they are able to calculate the distance between their prey or the object and themselves, and then they can catch their prey easily. Okay, even though the bats are blind, they are able to catch their prey through echolocation. Various other animals like the dolphins, like you can see in this picture, dolphins also have the same process of catching their prey. Okay, now next topic is of uses. How do we use ultrasonic vibrations? There are various uses of ultrasonic vibrations. Many a times you must have observed even your mobile phones vibrating. So vibrations many a times are useful in various ways in day-to-day life, right? We'll see how what these uses are. They are also used as imagining and detecting the problem is whatever in the internal body of the humans, plus they are also used in treatment. Right, so let us see what is the first use. The first use is of homogenizing milk. What do you mean by homogenizing milk? Making it uniform. For example, you must have seen the buffaloes and the cows milk. They have small globules of fats, right, floating in it. So what happens when ultrasonic vibrators are used? They keep on moving the milk at a high speed. Okay, and when the milk moves at a high speed, the small globules break and they mix with the milk uniformly. So they are distributed uniformly throughout the milk. This is called homogenizing milk. Then they are packed in Tetra packs and supplied to us. Right, so these vibrators are actually using ultrasonic vibrations at a high speed. The next is using the ultrasonic vibrations to drive away rodents. Now this is a machine you must have seen many a times. It is used in godowns, it is used in your houses also. They take out the ultrasonic waves which create a kind of depression on the rodents, on their minds, right? And so they in this depression they leave the godowns, they leave the houses, right? So this is it can also be a pest or a rodent repeller. This is nothing but it takes out ultrasonic vibrations. Okay, now next use is very important. This is called ultrasonography. You must have heard about it, you must have seen. Now these sound waves, children, are not harmful, right? They are not harmful. They are only they are only vibrations of sound, so they are not harmful for even the small growing fetus in the mother's womb. So it is also used as an imaging technique to detect if there's any problem with the growing fetus, or if there's any if the growth is proper or there's some abnormality. So in the mother's womb, these sound waves, ultrasonic sound waves, can also be used to detect any problem. Okay, then it is also used in imagining various other whatever the problems are in various organs of our bodies, like kidneys, kidney stones. So this scanning process is not harmful, so it is used for detecting any problem in the internal organs, right? It is much more useful as compared to x-rays also. You must have seen ultrasonography being done of the stomach, the abdomen, and entire body. They use a probe, and then they put it on a on the stomach or the abdomen of the patient, and then they can detect whatever the problem is inside the body. Okay, and it is not harmful, remember. Then next is, it is also, we have seen how imaging can be done so as to detect the problem. Now we see the treatment of joint pains, of the muscular pains, or some this clotting is there. It can also be done using ultrasonic vibrations. Right, these ultrasonic vibrations can also be used as a treatment of joint pains, of muscular pains. The next one is in detecting the flaws in the metallic articles. Then the metallic articles like bowls, like plates are made, or some statues and all, they can use ultrasonic vibrations to detect the flaws. Like you can see in the picture, these waves will go and hit the crack, and then this detection can be done that there's at this some place of this article a crack is there, or some flaw is there, or some problem is there. So this can also be used in the this metallic industry where the articles are produced in the factories. Next is the use in the dishwashers. Dishwashers also, the ultrasonic vibrations, they at a high speed they are run, where they mix the detergent, they vibrate it, and then easily the utensils can be washed. So these are the various uses of ultrasonic vibrations, right? I hope you've understood what I explained in today's class. In today's class, we learnt about the 3 types of vibrations: infrasonic, sonic, and ultrasonic. The audible range of vibrations were sonic vibrations, which are in between 20 to 20,000 Hz, and they are audible to the human ear. Whereas inaudible range is below 20 Hz, which is called infrasonic, and above 20,000 Hz, that is called ultrasonic. We have also seen what are the various uses of ultrasonic vibrations in day-to-day life, and most importantly in the medical field. I hope you've understood whatever I explained in today's class. Hope to meet you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye for now.